If you enjoyed the channel and our video content and would like to support us, you can do this in a couple of ways. You can sign up to our Patreon site, which is a monthly subscription to one of our 4 tiers, each giving you something different from early access interviews up to exclusive unseen footage. There's also the option of a one-off donation via PayPal, which allows you the option to donate an amount of your choice. Both options really help to keep this channel going and to continue putting out regular content for you good folk. So please take a look at aircrewinterview.tv/donate, and I thank you in advance. Thank you and enjoy.
A trawler that had gone aground off Montrose, and they were really concerned it was going to break up and the guys on board were going to drown. The weather wasn't good, quite a low cloud base. I was on with a relatively inexperienced navigator, but a very, very experienced winchman. And they said, let's go. Okay, let's go. So basically got airborne, followed the coast up to Montrose from Lucas, staying low level under the clouds for about 400 or 500 feet the whole way. Past the cliffs at Arbroath, then up to Montrose. Saw the boat was there, it was stuck on this sandbank, there was like a storm blowing and the boat was rocking like anything. And there was, genuine concern that the breaches buoy the Coast Guard had in those days couldn't do it for some reason. It wasn't long enough their line or whatever. So the crew decided we were going to winch. Now, when you're winching over the sea with a helicopter, you use the downwash or you use the breaking water, the white horses, to give you your references. With the surf line we were in, a very long surf line, it's moving all over the place.
Right.
So you have moving references. And in that weather, I couldn't have anything to look at for a horizon or anything. So it was real seat of the pants stuff again. So we did the standard thing of dropping a high line. We drop a rope, first of all, down to a boat. And the rope is then connected to the winch. So when the winch comes out, they can then haul the hook to the boat and reduce the risk of any snagging.
Right.
That was done. So the winchman went down, and just as we had a slow speed winch on the Wessex. It was 1 speed, whereas the Sea King has a high speed winch and a variable speed one. The Wessex was in or out, end of story. And the first time we tried to get him in, the poor winchman got bashed up against the side of the trawler. Came out again, he gave the thumbs up, we went for another go, got him on. Trying to hold out a hover was a nightmare because of the lack of references, but we did it. And then he came aboard with the casualties and we dropped them ashore. Flew back, another in the dark. It was interesting. Well, I'd winched off boats a lot in the past, of course, never quite like that before. And then I then phoned the duty authoriser, who I was supposed to before I got airborne.
Okay, right.
Because then he would decide whether or not I should have had another pilot with me. And of course, in the heat of the moment, and just went. And he said, my dear boy, if you'd phoned me, I would have said, cut along, go and do it, just be careful. He was great, an ex-navigator from Canberra's. Nice. So yeah, that was done, and that hit all the press and all the rest of it.
How did you feel like when it hit the press? Did you enjoy that, or was it?
No, I mean, when I came back from Rescue 2000, we landed on feeling grubby and not the best sleep and all the rest of it. We came in straight into a press conference because it was Rescue 2000, and didn't want to be there. So I wasn't very talkative. Didn't like that. But over the years, got used to the press because it became standard. Because, I mean, the group captain at Lucas, when they were talking about shutting the flight down, said, no way can you shut it down, because it's the helicopters that buy off the low flying complaints from the noisy jets. So it was great for that, and everybody loved a yellow helicopter. So that was that one. And the other one that really sticks in my mind was a navigator ejected from a Phantom. A funny old thing, this was at night again. It's funny how all my most memorable ones are at night. So again, in the crew room, it was getting dark, and we heard a mayday over, because we monitored radios there. We heard a mayday from a Phantom that they're ejecting, and this was, I don't know, about 50, 70 miles out or so from Lucas. So here we go, so we got ready, and then we got told to go. And of course it went from day into night as we were airborne. And this was when they were talking about shutting Lucas, because they said the Wessex didn't have a night capability. The Sea King was much better, which is true. But if the conditions were good, we were just as good if it was in our range. So anyway, flew out. It was dark. In the Wessex, the navigator would sit left-hand seat until we approached a rescue, and they would then go down to the back to become the winch operator. And it was an upstairs, downstairs. I mean, the Navy loved it because you had an upstairs and a downstairs for the officers up front and the chaps down below. But so anyway, so the navigator, as we approached on scene, he flipped his seat up and went down and stood on the steps so he could watch the instruments and he could advise me of speed, height. We had a rad-alt, but no rad-alt hold. And we used to hover at 30 feet over the sea in the Wessex. So he monitored me into the hover, had all the lights on, because we could see the navigator with his light on. He had the emergency beacon going and the lights. We found them straight away. Lined up into the wind, let down to 30 feet. The navigator, when I was happily settled, I could see him right in front of me, went down the back, then to operate the winch. I then hover taxied forward on the navigator's instructions. We got into the hover, winchman went down, did his stuff, brought the navigator up, and then we flew off to take him to hospital. And one of the things the navigator said when he first came in was, "You can't do that. You're a Wessex." I said, "Well, there we go."
Yeah,
I mean, it was a very sad thing because sadly the pilot didn't get out. But naturally the navigator was absolutely cut up about it all. You know, horrible thing to have to go through. So the winchman got him on the Entonox, even though he didn't need Entonox, which is laughing gas.
Oh, right, okay.
And by the time we were landing at Ninewells Hospital in Dundee, the navigator was back to the standard fast jet versus helicopter banter. So it worked. And the amazing coincidence was that my parents, living down in Essex, knew his parents.
Oh, no way.
They lived in the same town virtually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that was another bit for the local paper, not just the one up north.
You're always in the paper, aren't you?
Yeah, so night rescues in the Wessex. When people ask me how would I describe the three aircraft, Bull, Bulldog, Wessex and Sea King, I'd equate it to cars.
Okay.
The Bulldog was like an MGB, MX-5, fun sports car, but you couldn't really do much with it. The Wessex was like the old Land Rover Defender.
Ah.
Very forgiving, very old, but reliable as anything. Man can get you out of a scrape. The Sea King is more like my current car, a Subaru Outback. Lots of power compared with the Wessex, very, very comfortable, lots of gadgets, but not as much fun to fly.